This conference will now be recorded.
No. Everyone get their waivers out. All right, so I'm going to do, because we didn't do a full story last, I'm just doing a quick recap. To look back, we join our heroes sitting at a long wooden table together in a cantina on Savareen. And where we are picking them up right now, typically we would roll for play order, but I set it this time. So first we have Fossa going to take his, Gonzoro, Kier, Ain, Anne, and then Plo is going to be.
Question.
Yeah.
Before we actually know who everyone is, can you put Plo, Adam, so that I'm still trying to get, I don't know who any characters are, so.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll start with that.
Yeah.
Same. Well, looking at the order, I was like, I know who Mike is, not who I am, but.
Yeah, these other ones, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let me do a quick, actually, no, never mind. We have picked up in the cantina, and Fossa, go ahead and roll for perception first.
Cool. I'm still struggling to get my character sheet up. I had it on my phone because I was
Let's roll for perception means see what's going on.
So, do you have your dice rollers up?
Yeah.
I have some actual physical dice.
Okay, that's fine.
I just need to.
Most of the characters have the perception. Everyone should have the perception skill, I believe. So go ahead and look at your character sheet. And
that's what I'm trying to pull up. For some reason, my computer's being dumb. I've got the
Yeah, I have perception.
the thing on the phone that I'm using to talk to you, but I don't have. Here we go. I'm bringing it up right now.
Okay.
That's a 13 on the dice.
-1.
-1. So
20. D20.
I just got to click into the PDF real quick.
Yep, you're good.
13 on the dice, and
So you're gonna be a dirty 20.
The check mod is a 7, so that's a dirty 20.
Yep, you got a dirty 20. Okay, so you have a really good sense of everything that's in the room. You see the bar is in the center of the room. You see two people sitting at the bar and the bartender behind it. The two people sitting at the bar are a little bit drunk, just kind of loud and obnoxious, messing with each other. On the far side wall across from the bar, you see a droid leaning up against the wall like he's kind of owning the place. And then to his left, there's another larger droid that looks like he's selling stuff for doing something. He looks like he's got a bunch of equipment that he's trying to sell, and he's right next to the door. And then to if you're looking back towards there, to the far wall against the other side of the door, there is a game of chance going on. There's a dealer and two people playing.
Cool. And currently, everybody is just sitting around this table. All of our characters.
Correct.
I'm gonna say, who wants a drink? Drinks on me.
All right.
Can I accept a drink without having a turn?
What's the situation?
That's a
cheers.
A resounding yes.
Yes, resounding yes, exactly.
Wait, is this in a game or real life? Both.
I'd like to motion to what's your character's name, Case?
Ein Vita. Ein.
Vita.
Ein Vita.
Ein.
So I'll gesture to Ein and say, here, come help me carry the drinks. Maybe we can make a trip over to that vendor droid over there. Maybe get ourselves some arms.
I'm interested.
Oh, let's go. What are you drinking?
Alex, what's the tip here?
All of the things.
Everything.
All right. Well, I'd like to walk up to the bar with Ein hot on my heels, and then I'll say, Is there like a menu board on the behind the bar to see what kind of drinks there are?
No, this is a towny bar basically, so you're not gonna pretty much the people that are here have their orders of choice that they already know, so you're kind of gonna have to get information from the bartender.
So I'll say, I'll look at the bartender. I'll say, give us 5 shots of your strongest liquor.
All right.
All right. Go ahead
We're just gonna stand and drink the whole time.
This is make believe.
Go ahead
No.
and roll just base charisma.
Base
Okay.
charisma. Got it, folks.
See what he thinks.
Charisma. That's with a +2 mod. 12.
All right. Hold on just a sec. Thought I had this up here already, but I don't.
Ooh. I knew that was a character. Jeez.
All right, so that goes through. He looks at you and raises his eyebrows a little bit, but he puts 5 shot glasses on the thing and starts putting them down, and starts pouring the shots on there for you.
All right.
Cool.
I'll grab them all in my fingers. I'll give him like the wavy eyebrow back, and then I'm gonna look at
Wavy
Ein. I'm gonna look at Ein. I'm gonna say, so I bought the drinks. Now you'll buy the arms. Would you mind buying a blaster for me at least? I'll bring these back. I'll see if anybody wants any guns.
All right, so you're heading back to
Yeah, what are
all
you
right,
saying?
Gonzoro. Alex, you're heading. Fasa, let's say you're back at the. You made it back to the table. So Gonzoro, you can put your drinks down.
Wait, I want to do this. Honestly, I have 800 credits. How much do shots cost?
Well, he thought you were opening up a tab, so if you're willing to pay now, that's fine.
Oh, I guess yes, I'm opening up a tab, but
Okay.
I'm gonna set a shot down in front of each of my comrades here, and I've got one in my hand. I don't know where Ein is, but I've got one for her. I say, anybody?
The patrons at the table. You didn't even ask how much it was.
Oh shit! Listen, I'm from Naboo. I don't have very good manners here.
It's too late. We're moving on. It's Gonzoro's turn.
Okay.
So first of all, I want to
It
thank.
dawns upon you, Fasa, it dawns upon you, you didn't realize that you didn't ask how much it cost, and you're hoping that it's not a lot on a Jedi trainee budget. It's very limited.
Can you even drink? First of all, I want to thank, what's Alex's character? Fasa. I want to thank Fasa for the drinks. I think on behalf of everybody, I thank Fasa for all the shots. Knowing that he probably paid a good amount of credits for these drinks.
Well, time to roll combat.
So, yeah. Let me think.
Go ahead and Mike, roll a d20 on, let's say, dexterity. And Alex, you go ahead and roll one on intelligence.
Okay.
Cool.
So whatever you roll, add the mod to it. Is that what the situation is?
Yep, so you roll a d20 and then add the mod.
Okay.
Okay, so you're 8.
To our dex.
Okay.
Ooh,
That one's at
23.
least fine.
All right, Fasa, what did you have?
I got a 6.
All right,
I got a 6.
So you're talking with our dexterity.
with the dex mod. So your d20, the number on your d20, and then what your dex mod is. When your dex mod is 1.
1.
No, our dex, the dex mod.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So we rolled a 19 then.
19?
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was definitely a successful, you go ahead and you give Fasa a big bear hug and in thanks, and we're like, this is the least I can do for thanking him for buying these seemingly expensive shots.
I put myself in the hold, like that's the very first thing I do.
Okay. Am I able to thank him by buying him a gun?
You can thank him in whatever way you want, yes.
I would like to buy him a gun.
Guns, no equipment. What do we start with?
So you can look at the equipment that you have on your character sheet. No one has any, only the Jedi have weapons,
Oh, yeah.
because they can equip with lightsabers.
Yep.
Okay, can I offer to buy, what's his name again? Sorry.
Fasa.
Fasa, would you like me to buy you a gun in return? For,
Yes, please. Thank you.
okay, I would like to buy Fasa a gun.
I very much find myself thinking back on it.
I find out he's an android.
There, Alex.
I pull out my bowcaster.
Find yourself thinking about what?
Alex?
Alex, I can't hear you.
Awesome.
My lip.
Oh no.
It's good. It's all right.
It says I'm unmuted.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
you're good.
can hear you now.
It was just a
cool.
weird moment. It was just a weird moment. We're good. We're good.
Oh,
It's
and
my seems my liver is too bigger than my eye here.
how do you respond to me offering to buy you a gun?
I nod my head in thanks, and I'm looking up something that I'd like.
You do both speak basic, so everyone is able to communicate in basic.
Cool. It's okay.
You don't know what the vendor has yet.
Okay, I take Fasa and we go up to the vendor. I ask him.
Oh,
if he
just your
wants to
basic,
go
just
up
your
to the
basic
vendor
gun.
with
Thank
me.
you.
Okay,
What?
so you're going up to the vendor droid.
Yes, I asked him to come with me and
Yes,
to
yes,
buy
yes.
anything of his
Yes,
choice.
yes.
Okay.
Get in the candy store.
For Mike, he doesn't need a weapon. He doesn't need a weapon.
Okay, so
No,
you have
Alex.
your interaction with-
He has a lightsaber. Yeah.
No, yeah, I know.
You're checking
Hey.
with, so right now
Okay.
we're browsing the vendor right now. So what is it that you want to ask the vendor for?
I'm
Or-
gonna leave it to. Can I leave it to Fasa to ask for
Yeah,
a
if you want
gun
to hand
of
off,
his
if in
choosing?
this position you want to hand off your
Blaster.
your play as him, allowing him to buy something, then I'll allow that.
Okay, but first I have a question. Are there like different varieties of weapons?
Yes,
Like
there's
different kinds of
different
guns?
classes and there's different classes.
Okay, well, I want to hand my turn off to Fasa then.
Okay. Fasa, you are free to browse the inventory.
So what kind of guns are you busy with? What?
The droid laughs beepingly hysterical.
Uh-oh.
We don't sell any guns here.
I'm gonna like lean down and like see if there's any button for gun like on a vending machine.
What are you trying to touch?
I'm not touching anything.
Not a
I'm looking to
vending
see if there's any kind of gun I can buy.
I take
I'm a
a step back from the
demolition
situation, trying to set myself apart from Fasa.
Is it
Not
like
knowing what his
any
true
sort of-
intentions are.
I know, I'm gonna blow us all up. Is there any like usable interface here that I would know how to make a transaction?
Interact with me. That's
I
how
don't know anything.
that's how you buy something.
Oh.
Ask me a question.
That makes sense.
So, what kind of blasters do you have on sale here, my friend?
I've already told you once, I don't carry any guns.
What do
I
you
take a
carry
look-
then?
It sounds like you're interested in weapons. Would you like me to list the types of weapons we have?
Yes, thank you.
We have a couple advanced melee weapons. We have a wide variety of simple melee weapons, and we have one simple ranged weapon.
What is the information on the simple ranged weapon?
The simple ranged weapon we carry is a medium-sized crossbow, and the cost is 300 credits.
I would like to initiate a transaction, please.
All right, go ahead and put the money right here. So we are.
I'm going to look effectively at.
You do not receive wares and at this location. I actually have we have a 3D printer at which we print all of our items at the other side of the spaceport in spaceport number 4. So you'll have to go pick those up whenever you're ready. It should be ready by the time you get there.
Don't give me money yet, Alex. Wait and see when you lock in first before you pay in.
What was that?
I'm going to.
Don't pay him yet. Get your weapon first.
I'm looking to the Wookiee for him to put his payment in.
I know. Am I able to buy the same weapon? I mean, I'm very interested, but I don't know if it's my
Print as many as you want.
How many credits do I have?
That should be on your character sheet as well. In the upper right.
And how many credits is a crossbow?
300 credits.
I would like
But you're
to.
also buying
300.
axes, which is 300 as well.
I know. I'd be spending 600 credits. I would like to also buy a crossbow.
All right. So you pay 50% now, and you pay 50% after it has been picked up. There's a few pit droids that run the 3D printer, so you can go ahead and pick it up from them.
Okay, so I'll be paying $300 for both credits for Alex and I's crossbows. Well, it's 50% then, and then after. Or it's 300, right? Okay.
All right, and that's your turn.
Jesus.
Next, Kier, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna rob this place.
Jesus.
What?
I'm gonna rob it.
Are we going?
Alex already shaking his head. It broke his internet.
Yeah, it is internet.
Yes, I will rob this place.
All right, what would you like to do? Actually, go ahead and roll perception first.
All right.
So roll D20 and add your perception mod.
Okay, perception. Yikes. Where's that? Did I find that? Where is
What
it?
was it?
I got a 9, but I don't know where to find the mod.
The mod is all the way to the right.
It's in here. It's under skills. Under skills.
Skills, yeah, perceptions and skills. Check
2.
mod.
So it's 11 total. Yeah, 11.
All right, so you are looking around the room and you have gathered, you understand who's there, you see everyone there, but you aren't really reading like you see the people at the bar, you see the bartender, you see the droid in the corner, and you see the people playing chants, but you're so amped up about what you're about to do that you aren't really gathering you aren't really gathering their intentions or anything like that. All right, go ahead. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna walk up to the barkeeper and tell him this is a holdup. Weapon? I have a weapon.
All right, would you like to pull out your lightsaber and ignite it in front of him?
Yes.
All right. And you still have an act. Okay, so your action is what do you have here? Where's your skill? Go ahead and roll your initiative. So D20 and
16 plus for 2 initiative. Initiative skills. 6. Oh, so that's a 20. 22. 22.
All right, 22. Okay, so you are now engaged. You're engaged in an encounter with the bartender, and the bartender is going to go first.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware, the bartender rolled higher initiative than you. He rolled a natural 20 and had a mod of 7.
Jesus.
All right, so you guys are engaged in an encounter. I'm gonna go ahead and let Adam go. Sidebar: you don't run the entire encounter outside of, like, it still goes in normal turn progression, right? So even this is to Alex primarily, but I just want clarity on this.
But Adam's not able to like buy a drink or anything because the bartender is engaged with.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Adam, I'll go ahead and let you go.
Things are still going on.
I want to go over and join the game of chance.
All right.
Oh boy.
In the game. And why don't you roll perception as well?
All right. So perception. Here. I need. Is that a hit roll? Sorry.
1 second. Shouldn't everybody roll initiative?
I was a
Right.
1.
No,
Yeah,
because
that's
Alex, only Jason's joining the encounter as of right now.
You're outside with Mike buying.
Well,
guns.
they're still inside, but they're on the other side of the wall.
Whatever. Yeah, there was
It's kind of like they've all noticed him ignite his lightsaber, and right now they're just kind of raised eyebrows towards him because they don't really know what's going on.
Right.
Right. I rolled a 1, but I have a mod 9 for a 10.
All right.
Typically,
Oh my God.
Alex, your internet's sucking butt. Why don't you turn your video off so we can at least get your audio?
Yeah. Just going audio.
typically, you only do. You don't have Jason just did.
What?
Go ahead and say it again, Alex.
Okay.
LTE, go on your 4G or something.
Kim.
Alex, if you want, you can dial in with your phone.
I'm literally on LTE right now.
Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you can dial in like on a phone number instead, which will probably be better.
How do I do that?
Audio for you, and then you won't be using minutes as well, or you won't be using minutes. You won't be using data to just do
How do
audio.
How do I do that? I don't know how to do that.
Stand by.
Got to roll a 15.
How do I call in?
Alex.
If you go to the join link, it should show you the dial in and all that stuff from there. If you do that,
So should I hang up and then try and do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me what you're saying about the encounter?
Usually when somebody initiates a combat, everybody rolls their initiative and they act in that order, whether or not they want to fight.
Okay.
But you roll it however you want to do.
Okay, that's fine. That's good to know, but for this encounter, we're not going to do that because I already screwed it up.
Cool. You are the DM and you run it how you like.
Oh, I will. All right, Adam, so you joined the game of chance and you rolled perception, is that right?
I got a 10.
10? All right, let me go ahead and roll here.
Shoot me, I rolled a freaking 1. I'm pissed. It's fine.
All right, so you are cat just fell out of the window. You notice that the other two people sitting at the table are a little rough looking. One of them looks like it's one of them's a little rough looking, and the other one, it looks like he has spent a lot of time doing this, and he's kind of calm and chill, just kind of sitting there with his arms crossed and a little smile on his face, like he's been here before. And it's hard to tell who it is that it's hard to tell who it is that's been winning, but the dealer is calm and collected as well. So you join the table. What would you like to do? Just go ahead and throw your first game.
Yeah. What's the wager? What's the table minimum?
I am going to go ahead. So the game is high-low. It's very basic, but we'll do high-low on. So we'll play it on your D20 high-low, and I'll go ahead and roll for the other. I'll roll. So the dealer plays house, and the other two are playing theirs, and you're adding your. For this, you're going to add your charisma mod.
What's the game here? What is happening? Do you hear that, Ryan?
Yeah, I heard that. It's Alex.
Alex,
I'm gonna mute him for a sec.
your mic. Why does it just mute me? This go-to meeting hates me.
Did you see how to call in? Is that helpful at all? Or, I mean, we can hear you.
I don't know how to call in. I mean, if you can hear me, that's fine.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we can
hear
hear
you. That's what we really need.
Yeah.
It got a lot
Cool.
better with that. Okay. Let me go ahead and roll these. As I said, huh?
What's high-low? How do I play that?
So we're basically just roll high-low. Roll D20. Actually, go ahead and roll D10 or D10, 1D10, and add your charisma mod to that.
Okay. Ooh, I got a 10.
All right, you got a 10 with your mod.
Yeah, with 10.
The angry looking guy rolled a 3, so he's getting a little bit more frustrated.
So high wins. I still don't understand how to win this game. High wins.
Sorry, the buy-in, the initial buy-in is 100 credits when you sit
Okay.
down. So you've already put that in.
Yeah.
And if you win this game, you get the pot. It's a very simple game.
With high win, you said high low, but is high win or is low win?
Yes, high wins.
Okay.
I will win. So you have 10, you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
With your mod. All right, so the thug rolls, or the thug looking dude rolled a 3 with his mod. The more confident looking guy rolled a.
Jeez, Alex, come on.
Oh, what am I rolling? Sorry.
You're not rolling anything yet, Alex.
Oh.
He rolled a 9, and the dealer house, or the house dealer rolled. Oof. A 22.
Ooh.
So house wins.
Wow.
Yikes.
What's the dealer's mod?
The dealer is a bit of a dick.
Shit. My God.
But yeah, so okay, so that's your turn. Moving back around.
I lost 100
Fasa,
credits. So I'm down 10 credits.
yeah, you're minus 100 credits right now.
That's bullshit. 22. How?
Wait,
Wait, I even had a turn.
Casey hasn't had a turn yet.
Okay, we played out of order then, because you were supposed to go after Jason.
That's what I
Sorry.
thought, but Figured you knew best.
You interrupted me.
But Adam just had to play dice. He had to play chance.
Whatever.
Classic. Good stuff.
All right, what would you like to do?
Okay.
You're the only one left sitting at the table.
Yes. So the Jedis intrigue me because I think politically they could help me out a little bit, but I think I'd be more helpful in this capacity to get the Wookiee and Fossa a deal on their weapons because my past as a droid broker.
All right.
I'd like to do that as well as get a weapon for myself.
All right, and also want to get something for yourself. So we're going to walk over to the vendor, join Fossa and Gonzoro over at the vendor.
Yes.
Vendor's not dead.
Oh my God.
Do that. All right, so you're over there. What would you like to do?
I would like to just, I guess, try and barter with the droid, see if he's interested.
All right, what would you like to say to him? Go ahead and roll perception, and let's see if this is actually. Go ahead and roll initiative on this.
On the 20?
D20. Yep.
Okay.
D20, and plus your initiative check mod on skills.
All right.
Skills.
Okay. Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Plus 12. Okay, I got 18.
All right.
I guess we'll say I know I'm a droid broker. I know his bosses. I know the people that put him on this planet.
I'm going to stop you right there. Droid broker, we cannot be owned. And it's people like you that really grind my gears. They can think that we can be owned. If you came over here with any semblance of the thought that you were going to be getting a deal, you are X2 now.
I don't know this lady.
Okay, so I guess let me rephrase. I would like to get a deal for my friends here. How would you
these are your
like?
friends? And we're X2 them too.
No,
In fact, if we were going to even start printing these, then that Wookiee needs to pay me double right now.
No.
Okay, you know what? He's not interested. We're done. I was trying to get a good deal for my friends. I thought you'd be interested. Sorry, no.
All right, that's fine. Then I'm keeping his credits, and you can walk away with nothing.
Okay.
Thank you for your business.
Yeah, thank you as well. Nice to that went well.
All right, Fossa, it's your turn.
So,
Thank you.
do I have the
Thank
gun
you.
ticket or do I not have the gun ticket?
Do you have what?
Do I have the thing that I need to go eventually go get this gun? Did the deal go through or not?
You have, well, you paid, or Gonzoro paid for half of it, and there's nothing specifically that you need. It's a communication between the vendor droid and the pit droids, and he has already made the communication.
Okay, so we'll go pick it up later. I'm going to go back and sit at the table, and nobody's taken their shot yet, so I'm gonna take my shot back, and I'm just gonna sit and watch this crazy Jedi rob the place.
Attempt to rob the place, yes. All right.
Okay.
Give me just one moment. I'm going to.
Are there alcohol mechanics?
There are not, no, but that would be
I'd like to know more about that.
we can do +2 charisma and -2 intelligence.
Let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that.
Let's
When I
just
get
go
drunk
ahead
off
and
of one
let's
shot,
let's do one per drink, because if we're gonna do minus that high on the level that you guys are at, your mods are gonna be almost impossible. So
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and we'll say that that's what it is. +1 charisma, -1 intelligence for
Sweet.
each drink.
I just fucking dumbass. I got a 6 on initiative and.
All right. Well, that's my turn then. I'm sitting. I'm watching.
Hey, Jason, what did? Yeah, that's your turn. Jason, what did you roll on initiative when you? Do you remember? If not, go ahead and roll another one.
16.
If you don't have it, go ahead and roll another one.
How's that for initiative? I got 9. And initiative 6. 16 total. Initiative 6.
All right, and go ahead and roll perception as well.
All right.
And some sleep.
What was it?
13.
13. Okay, so you see that the massive droid against the other wall that was to the other side of the vendor droid has leaped over the bar and is now behind the bar with the bartender in an attempt to defend him. Okay, Gonzoro, it is your turn.
Okay. I want to go grab my weapon that I bought.
Okay, so you're going to go outside. You can I'll get you a few steps out of the door. You have a ways to go to get to spaceport 4, but
Okay.
you can go out the door.
So do I roll the amount of steps I move?
No, you have a speed of 6, so you move 6, whatever that equates to as far as my squares.
Okay.
One square is 5 feet.
It's what?
5 feet.
5 feet. Okay. Yeah, I have the thing on here, but I'm kind of just using a mental picture of how the distance on this. So go ahead. Let's say you're right outside the door. Go ahead and roll perception because no one has been out the door yet. I have to describe what's going on outside.
Okay. With a 20,
D20 plus your skills mod.
Yikes.
1.
Ooh,
I rolled a 2 and I have a -1 skills mod.
All right. So when you go outside, you see all of the massive spaceports that surround you. You see the water that's right next to you. You see the big radar dish that's in the middle of the spaceport, and you can kind of look down and see the little blurry motions of people, little tiny things around you, but you haven't really gathered much else than that.
Mm.
Would you like to do anything where you're at? And you also see that there's actual there's little track transports to take that go either way to take you around the.
Can I take a transport to get closer to my objective right now to get my weapon?
To you.
What?
Currently, there's not one close enough to you to get in, but you can wait. You can wait your round. And
okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait my round for a transport.
All right. Here.
What were you trying to do there, Mike?
Get my crossbow.
Gotta get his damn crossbow.
Yeah,
That you ordered from the droid.
Jason's about to fuck everything up. That's what I think. So I'm trying to get.
So he's going to the pit droid store to get his weapon.
Yes.
Correct.
I would have gone with him then.
He is hoping
Can I
beyond
invite
hope that this droid did not communicate the secondary order back to due to Ein that the order was canceled and that they decided to keep the credits. So
instead of sitting down taking the shot, can I follow him out the door taking the shot as I go?
Yeah, you can do that your next turn.
Wait. Are you saying that the credits don't count? Or that I gave them my credits and I'm not getting my weapon?
You can thank Ain for that.
Okay. Well, I'm outside waiting.
You may still be able to get it. You may still be able to get it because you did pay something. The initial order was placed, but you don't know. You're hoping that what you did didn't fuck up your whole order.
Okay. That's my goal. Can I invite Alex along with me? Support to argue my case?
You can holler at him on the way out the door and let him know where you're going.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Okay. But he's not moving anywhere right now because he just sat down for a drink.
Yep.
Aware of.
Right before he does his shot.
All right, Jace, you are currently in an encounter with both the bartender and the bodyguard, the hulking bodyguard droid. Go ahead and roll perception one more time. See if there's any more information to be gathered.
17. Initiative 6. Right. 19.
Okay, so you notice that the droid is even up close, it's even more massive than you thought, and he's actually having to duck because the ceiling is low. So he even towers over how tall the Wookiee was as well. So
Jesus.
he's even more large and more of a menacing presence than you had initially imagined. And you notice that he has a blaster rifle on his back as well that he has not yet drawn. You also notice the holdout blaster at the side of the bartender. The bartender has on his side. What would you like to do?
What attack I know? Very like specific.
You don't have anything. You don't have anything specific. You can look at your. Let me pull up your character sheet here. You know how to use. You know how to use your lightsaber. Is basically what it is.
Draw it. Do it, Jace. Draw your lightsaber.
Come on, you're on
He's standing at the. He doesn't need to throw it. He's standing within swinging distance.
I said draw it, like pull it
It's
out.
already out.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
He already has it out. He has it out and is holding it menacingly.
Let's see.
Can't you use Jedi mind control?
So Jason, your attack is basically going to be based on your creativity in the situation, what it is that you want to try to do.
My strength, right? The 6s, so there's no acrobatic using the force. Alright, this is gonna be extremely ignorant, but I'm gonna like do a backflip and try and slice their heads off. +6 acrobatics. +6 acrobatics.
Wow.
All right. Let's see. You're going to try and, I don't understand why. Are you trying to backflip behind the bar? You're trying to backflip behind the bar and slice heads at the same time.
Yeah.
So roll your acrobatics.
Six.
What is it?
26.
26?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you
Shit.
successfully backflipped. You're going to have to go. So you're trying to do both of them at the same time. They are right next to each other, so that's probably okay. So twice you're going to have to roll your 1d20 plus your base attack plus your strength mod.
So strength 1. Where's the attack?
Yep, your base attack bonus, which you're looking at the total there, which is 1, and then your strength mod, which is 1. So you'll add both of those to a d20.
Okay. Next. Oh, yikes.
What was it?
12 and 6.
12 and a 6. All right.
18.
Let me roll initiative on the droid and the bartender real quick. All right, so the droid is who you'd be hitting first, and he's going first in the encounter. Let me roll his reflex defense. All right, so that's not going to hit the droid. Let's see. It was a 6.
Yeah.
It's not going to hit the bartender either. So you successfully backflipped behind the bar. So you're behind the bar with both the two, but you missed both of them.
And I know you try to cut off their heads.
So your turn is over, and it is now the turn of the droid and then the bartender. So
Jesus.
I'm sorry, but you brought this on yourself. Go ahead and roll. Actually, what is your reflex defense? The total.
13.
13. Okay. So the way that the attacks work, the 1d20 plus base attack plus strength is rolled against the opponent's reflex defense. So your attack roll was lower than both of their reflex defenses. So they're going to do the same for you. Good luck.
13 is your reflex defense.
What was that, Mike?
Is 13 his reflex defense?
Yeah, 13 is his reflex defense.
Oh, you're screwed, Jason.
All right. Well, you say that. He's actually the droid takes a gigantic hammer swing, and it lands right next to you and totally misses. The bartender pulls out his holdout blaster and attempts to shoot you at point blank range in the head. And anticipation is killing me. And that was successful. So that's going to hit. Let me see. So now I'll roll the damage on it.
Jason's gonna die in the first round, just like Chang.
Hey, if it happens, if you die in the first round, we just have to build a new character. So your character no longer exists. All right, so damage for the holdout blaster is 3d4. So I'm rolling 3 4-sided die, and you take the highest of that. And that's the amount of damage you take. So you have taken 3 HP damage, Jason.
So I'm down to 36. Yeah, can you heal?
Yep, exactly. Your HP is 36 now.
Where's your HP at on the character? Oh, wait, up here.
You're lucky to have one of the higher hit point ratings.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Whose turn is it now? We're gonna fix this again. So Ain, it's your turn now.
Okay. Cool. So.
And everyone is aware of what's going on too. So the people that are still in the bar are seeing all this commotion at the center, and it hasn't really affected the chance game. This is something that they see all the time. It's not every day that they see a lightsaber in the battle, or someone backflip over the bar and attempt to swing, but it was a miss. So they're like, this asshole's either going to get killed or get thrown out. They're not too worried about it. So.
Good. Okay. I myself don't really care for the Jedi. I'm not a huge fan of the Force, as I see that as what killed my entire family. So I'm going to go to the table, do my shot, and then invite Fossa and the Wookiee, because I'm still trying to make a deal with this droid, because I'm kind of embarrassed that he wouldn't make a deal with me to begin with.
All right.
I give you a fist bump.
Yeah. Come on, Fossa. Like, I want to go get my gun, but
Yeah.
I want to make sure,
So your
I'm
charisma
following you.
What do we, oh, int, -1 int. All right. So you walk over there and you walk back to the droid. That is a double, just so you're aware, that's a double movement. So you wouldn't be able to do any negotiating on this turn.
Okay, that's fine. Those are my intentions.
Okay. That's fine. All right, then Plo, Adam, it is your turn. Still sitting at the chance table.
I walk over to the big droid at the bar and ask him about his blaster.
Can't you see that I'm busy? I'm a little bit busy right now. Is there something I can help you out with?
I'm a little bit busy.
I say, your bartender, he has a blaster, and you are big enough, it looks like you can defend yourself with that one. And I ask him for a price on his blaster on his back, saying like he can defend himself without it.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Hey, man.
Go ahead and roll charisma first.
So I rolled a 17 mod 1 for an 18.
All right, that's decent. And rolling against an 11, so he's entertaining it. He's like, okay, how much do you got? Go ahead and roll knowledge. Go ahead and roll knowledge as well.
All right. Now, Jesus. 7. Oops. Roll that one. I rolled a 7 plus 7, I think. 8 or a 15.
How many? 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the blaster carbine that he has on his back is fairly expensive weapon, but it is a rifle. It's probably somewhere south of 1,000 credits. What would you like? So he says, how much do you have?
So, quick question. On my character sheet, I have rifles, and it says type class. That's your. So you're a scout. I'm a scout, so I'm good with rifles, right? That's what it means.
So yeah, if you go over and look at your feats, you have rifles, which means you're trained in the ability to use rifles. If you aren't trained in the ability to use a certain type of weapon, then you basically get a minus for it. You'll still be able to use it, but you'll get a minus mod for it.
So I tell him, I have 600 credits in my bag, but I'm not trying to spend them all, and see what he thinks.
Okay. 600 credits. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Do you know how much this thing is worth? It doesn't sound like you really do. Plus, this is Confederate class, which are much more reliable than the shitty Empire ones that they're making nowadays. You're gonna have to do a little bit better than that.
Shit.
Can I counter?
Yeah, you're welcome to counter.
All right, so I'll wink at him, and I'll say, you called my bluff. I actually have 800. Can we make a deal?
Go ahead and roll charisma straight up this time, and we'll just do direct roll.
So with or without the charisma mod?
With mod.
With mod, I rolled a 16, mod 1 for a 17.
800 credits is still a little bit less than I would want to sell this for, but if we can meet at 900, then I think I can let it go. Even though I'm right in the middle of an effing, actually, you know what? How about this? If I survive this fight, then I will give it to you for $900. And if I don't, then give my bartender 800.
Good deal.
Good deal.
Deal? All right. Fasa, it is back to you.
Where's
Where's Alex at?
Over here.
All right, I can hear you. You're joining, as I recall, you were going to start to join Gonzoro, outside. Is that still what you would like
Can
to do?
I use both? Yeah.
What was that?
Can I use my standard action and my move action to move double to catch up with him?
To catch up with him? Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that then.
So you're joining him outside. This is
Yes.
also your first time outside, so go ahead and roll perception.
Cool. 16 on the dice. Finding my modifier. Perception 7. 23.
Okay, so you get outside and you have a very clear vision of everything that's going on. You see the sign that numbers each of the spaceports, seeing that the one starting to far and on your right when you exit the cantina is number 1. Going around to the one that's in front of you on the track is number 9. You see some stormtroopers off to the left guarding the exit of the spaceport, and you see a Jawa sandcrawler just past that as well. To your right, you see the edge of the Savareen Sea with a passenger transport there that will carry you across the sea over to the next spaceport over. And then you also see the 2 transports that are going in opposite directions around there. There's also a little group of Jawas that you guys are kind of near, within a few feet near outside, and they're waiting for one of the transports as well. And there's also a shady looking dude that's right outside the cantina.
Cool. So we're taking the transports over to the gun shop.
You will, yes, you'll be taking the transports over to Spaceport 4.
Cool. I would point all of that out to my Wookiee and my Twi'lek friend.
I don't think Case is out there yet. Are you?
Not yet. I'm not outside yet. No, not yet.
Okay.
Well, just a quick brief to the Wookiee then.
Okay. All right, Gonzoro, it is your turn.
Okay. So I have a question. Is there a way I can get Casey out here with us? Twilight?
You don't have any communication devices yet, so no. You will have to make that choice on her own.
Okay. I plan to take the quickest way to go get my weapon. Wasn't I
Okay, so
waiting for
you guys are both hopping in one of the transports, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so for your, I'll allow that for your swift action, and then we can do double motion within the transport as your full turn. So
Okay.
you make it, let's see, 1, 2. You make it about halfway to Spaceport 4.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll perception as well. Mike, go ahead and roll perception. Are you doing that already?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And did you want to pass the transport that goes towards Hangar 1 or Hangar 9 first? So there's two that go the opposite direction.
Which is the closest way to my weapon?
They're equidistant.
That's Hangar 9, I guess.
Okay. What was the perception?
15.
15. All right. So as you're traveling along this track, you see the radar dish in the center, and you see a strange 4-legged creature that's chained up to it, and it's limited at the amount of distance that it can go around. But it pains you a little bit to see a creature like that tied up, and even though it looks pretty savage, but that's all you really gather from it. As you approach Hangar 9, you notice the Imperial shuttle and some people in white armor standing by the entrance. All right, Kier, it is your turn.
Is there any chance to use the force to throw a gun to Adam and still attack?
Any chance to use and have him attack?
Yeah, on his turn.
You can see, I don't know how you're going to get a gun, but I'd like to see this happen.
Well, I would use my force to take the bartender's gun.
So I will interject here just a moment. You have You have force points, so you can expend a turn to use a force point to do that as an action, and it's a guaranteed success unless you're rolling against someone that's also a Jedi, and then it's
Take his gun and give it to me. I'll come back and tell you. I'll come back.
Hit him with the lightsaber again.
Oh, you're trying to hit him with the light. Are you trying to? What is the action that you're trying to do? Swing across. You're now basically here. Here's them. Here's you. You're both. You're all three of you standing pretty like triangulated, basically.
Them in the same swing.
You're just gonna do it. Try and swing across.
Yeah.
All right. Roll your roll your d20, and add your base attack and strength again.
Fuck. Got a 3.
God. All right. Don't even bother adding the mods. It's not gonna land.
Yep. Do a second on that.
Okay, so now it is the turn of the droid and then the bartender. The droid is going to pull out his blaster carbine and aim that at your face. 20. And I fear for your life.
Mercy on your soul.
That is going to hit. What is your reflex defense? 13, you said?
13.
Yep, that's gonna hit. And blaster carbine will do 3d8 of damage. So it is going to do 8 damage.
What does that mean for him? Does that take down his?
He's doing 38 of health points left. Wait, you said 8?
Well, isn't there 2 people?
Yep, so now it's the bartender's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for helping me. I
The
tried.
bartender admires the amount of damage that the carbine rifle did and is like, hey, chuck it over here. And with the swift action of the droid, he chucks it over, and let's see if, first of all, he catches it. He fumbles around a little bit, but he is able to catch it. So he is going to aim. He is also going to aim that back at your face. And yep, that is 100% going to land. And it is going to do 5 damage. All right. It is now Ane's turn.
Okay.
You are back at the vendor droid.
Yeah. I'm a little annoyed that the Wookiee and the Lhasa left without me, and I was kind of just trying to prove myself. So at this point, I don't really care that much. So maybe Adam, whomever his character is interested.
You just want to prove yourself?
I just want to like get leverage. Is
I'm
my
still waiting for that carbine blaster though.
So that's my idea. However, I still want to talk to this droid, and I do want to make weapons deals with him. That's my goal right now.
While he's
Okay.
shooting somebody?
So we're going to interact with the droid. Droid comes back. Why don't you roll? Let's see what you have. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay. Oh, geez.
A 1.
8 or 9. 9.
All right. Okay, you're back again. How much do I need to charge you for just talking to me at this point?
Okay, I'd like to make a deal. I want to get a good deal for my friends. I know who your bosses are. I think we can probably get a good exchange here.
My bosses?
Karen!
Oh, we've already been over this. I cannot be owned. I am the one making my own credits. Not everyone is just, not everyone has
Goddamn Karen!
your terrible
Sorry, Adam, you shouldn't have let her get involved.
these electro whips. Not everyone can be chained like you want.
Hey, I'm not saying to be
That's why
chained.
we
I
rolled
know
a
you have
28.
people that pay you. That's my point. I think we can make deals, the two of us.
Okay, well, you just need to watch your tone and watch how you're speaking to us, because droid lives matter.
Hashtag droid lives matter.
Yeah, you seem pretty inconsiderate. That's why Alex didn't laugh.
I'm more than happy to tell you what it is I have for sale, but I'm telling you right now, I'm building in an extra cost for you.
Check your carbon species.
I would like to know what you have for sale, and I would like you to know that there are people higher than me that are interested in what you have to
All
sell.
lives matter is what she's trying to
Okay. Miss Hoity-toity over here, what would you like to buy?
I would like to buy pistols for myself.
Didn't you hear the last guys? We don't sell any projectile weapons except a crossbow.
What do you have for me? Am I going to be even interested in anything you have?
Do you want a weapon, or would you like something else?
What else do you have?
We have some communication devices, some medical gear, a little bit of poison. Everybody loves poison.
Okay, I'm
Survival
interested
gear.
in poison and medical gear. What do you have as far as that?
You didn't even let me get through it. There might have been other things you wanted. I'm
Okay,
out
what
here
else
to
do you
sell,
have?
baby.
Fine. Go through it.
I will start from the very beginning.
Please
Light
do.
armor, advanced melee weaponry, simple melee weaponry, simple ranged weaponry, communications devices, medical gear, a little bit of poison, survival gear, or tools.
Okay. I'm still interested in medical and surgical items.
Medical and survival.
Surgical.
Surgical would be in the medical gear. So I will tell you what medical gear.
What did you say before that?
You have communications.
I don't need communications. Okay, fine, medical.
We have a medical kit, a med pack, surgery kit, and an anti-toxin patch.
Okay,
Would you like to know the prices?
Yes.
Some of these may be a little rich for your blood.
Okay,
likes of
well,
you.
we'll see
Elixir
about
of
that.
split blood around here. Our medical, so the basic medical kit, or the basic med pack is 100 credits. An advanced medical kit is 600 credits. A surgery kit is 1,000 credits, and the anti-tox pack, or the anti-tox patch is 25 credits.
How much is your poison?
The poison is a Bundar root, which needs to be consumed by whoever it is, and it is only 50 credits. A bargain, if you ask me.
We need a Bondar root.
All right, we'll go ahead and give you a Bondar root.
Okay.
It's wonderful. Wonderful.
Although I am going to chalk it up to an extra 5 credits. Are we good with 55? Can we settle on 55?
I don't know. I mean, the original was 40. I thought I told you that I could make
asshole.
deals with your bosses.
No, that was not. The original, my list price is 50 credits. I'm giving you a deal at 55, especially since this is one of the few things that doesn't need to be 3D printed. I just have it in my pocket and can give it to you. And by pocket, I mean bucket. You're not going to find any other Bondar route for a while.
Fine, I'll buy it.
Sold.
One last thing before I leave. Can you tell me where I can get any pistols or guns?
Between you and me, the stormtroopers have a small stash of weaponry in their hangar, but I haven't been able to get a hold on any of them, and I've lost a few pit droids trying to steal some.
What hangar? Which hangar?
Perfect. Thank you so much for the information and for the poison. I really appreciate it.
Oh, good. Talk to your manager.
Pleasure doing business with you.
My people were slaves too. Handshake, and I leave.
You also still have your motion because you were already over there at the beginning of your turn.
Okay. So my motion now is I want to talk to the bartender to find out where the stormtroopers are that I need to talk to.
All right. Are you going to wait until after he is no longer engaged in combat?
Yeah, I guess I will.
Okay. So you go up to the bar, take a few steps halfway across the room, and are just kind of hanging out at the opposite end of the bar that that Kier is attempting to still rob the place unsuccessfully thus far.
Okay.
Okay. We are to Plo, who is also waiting a little bit for that carbine. What would you like to do?
So I'm already at the bar. I'm gonna address the bartender now and say, "You're busy, I get it, but at the same time, I see some stormtroopers walking around these parts. Do you know which hangar is theirs?"
Go ahead and roll. What do you have?
Son of a bitch.
Go ahead and roll on charisma.
3. Oh boy.
3.
Yep.
All right. He's like, the bartender just says, you know what? I'm a little busy. Let me wrap up here.
That's horrifying. Okay, so that was my action move. Do I have to move still?
What was that? That was your action move. So you still have a swift move if you want to do something, but I don't think you really have anything to pull out.
This out.
You still have your motion.
I'm just gonna wait here plays out with Jason.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna wait here and see how it plays out with Jason.
Your audio keeps cutting out a little bit right as you're saying whatever you're saying.
I'm gonna hang there and see what happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang one.
Sounds good. All right, Fasa, you and Gonzoro are in a transport about halfway around the you're hanging out at about hangar 9. Go ahead and roll perception again.
Is it back to my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Awesome.
Go ahead and roll perception.
14.
14. Okay, so you also notice the Imperial shuttle in hangar 14, and you notice the stormtroopers hanging out around the entrance, just kind of guarding the shuttle there. But it's your transport is moving a little bit too fast for you to see much else.
Cool.
You guys are going to get during your motion, you're going to get about 3/4 of the way to hangar 4 where you're at. So you're now hanging out at about hangar 7. Do you want to do anything else?
I don't know anything else I can do besides wait. So that's
You
what I'm
can
using my
jump out of
turn
the
for.
transport if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, but
If I wanted to take a fuck ton of fall damage, but I don't want to do that.
there's not really any. It's like a mine cart. So
I see.
and it's not moving at a rapid pace. So
I'm just
again,
staying
wouldn't
here.
necessarily recommend it. If you want, you can use your other turn to do another perception check.
Why not? I won't look a gift DM in the mouth. Yes, natural 20. Haha.
All right, very good. So you're hanging out at you're towards the edge of hangar 7 right now, and you see a Corellian transport ship and a guarded by 2 IG Magna droids. Actually, sorry, just 1 IG Magna droid. Can't make it too tough for you guys. You'll never get there. And he's just sitting there. All right, Gonzoro, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna stay in the transport.
All right, on your turn, you are going to reach spaceport 4. Go ahead and roll perception.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh. I rolled a 3.
Okay, that's with your mod.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get there and you see a couple of small droids running around, and then you see like a massive amount of something in the background, and you see some machinery.
Hmm.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to ask who I need to talk to find my weapon.
Okay, so you talk to one of the pit
Or
droids.
could I wait for Fasa?
Yeah, he's there with you. They reached
Okay,
there at the same
yeah.
time.
Okay, then I would like to ask somebody where to find my weapon, my crossbow.
Okay, so hold on just a moment. Oh crap! Apparently, I didn't find every single character I was using here. All right, so you are going to. There is a small pit droid there. You get the attention of one of the small. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and roll initiative on that.
Natural 20.
Nice.
26.
All right, very good. So you get the attention of one of the pit droids and would like to ask him a question. And so you're trying to ask him where you find the weaponry, and he beeps incoherently. You don't understand what it is that he's saying, but he understands you. So he does a lot of arm waving. Beep, 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 beep.
Can I follow him?
He's not moving anywhere yet,
Uh-oh.
but it does sound like there's. Go ahead and roll perception one more time.
Ooh. 14?
No, 7.
That was 6%. Was it -1? Wait,
Minus
what's my
1.
modifier?
-1.
Oh, 7.
7.
What is it?
7.
Okay, so you see in the background there's some smoke, and it looks like there's a couple other of these little beings doing some work back there. So you kind of assume that it's still being made, but
Okay.
you don't really know.
Can I go over towards them, or do I not have any move?
Not right now. You don't have another move. Kier, we are back to the battle with the droid and the bartender.
I'm gonna parkour my way out of this.
Hold on a sec. I just spilled some water.
Ryan spilled water, apparently.
All right, spilled it right on all my power bricks. All right, what are you doing?
I'm gonna parkour myself out of this.
Okay, you do run the risk of, if you're trying to get out, if you're trying to run out, you do run the risk of them hitting you on the way out. So they get a swift motion of being able to try and do a last ditch shot on you. If that's all right.
Yeah, I can take that.
All right, where would you like to go?
Just go drop out the door, if that's
All right, so
possible.
you're hightailing out the door.
Yeah, try and catch up with
All right, roll.
The worst case again? Are you outside? Are you still?
Bar.
Case is at the bar watching you. Yeah. So Jace, go ahead and make an endurance check.
8. Jeez.
All right, go ahead and make a jump check too.
Okay. Two total.
What is it?
2.
2? Okay. You trip over the bar and fall on your face and
Wait,
take.
can I use acrobatics though?
Huh?
Can I use acrobatics?
Back half.
Acrobatics? No, you're not doing acrobatics in this scenario. You're just jumping over the bar to try and get out as fast as you can. You trip over the bar and fall on your face, and it does 2 HP damage. And you get about halfway out the door. The brute or the bartender and the are going to take their turn to try and see if they can hit you. You're still at very close range, so there's not a range penalty at the distance you're at still. All right, so the droid is going to grab the holdout blaster that's on the ground from the bartender, and he's going to fire at you with that. And it does 4 HP damage.
How much do you have left, Chase?
Bar distance, and the bartender is going to take another shot at you as well as you're running away. And he's going to miss.
17 health.
So they're calmed down now, and they see that you're on your way out of the door. So they're kind of cooling down, and just another day for them, really. The only difference being that you had a lightsaber and seemed mildly proficient in the Force.
Yeah.
All right, Ain, it is your turn.
Okay. So I would like to ask the bartender if he knows.
The manager.
Shut up. If he knows. If he knows. Shut up. I would like to ask the bartender if he knows where I can find weapons and/or where the stormtroopers are.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll gather information.
9.
All right, so the bartender says, well, did you talk to the vendor? He's got a couple things, but he got a couple things. Sorry, I didn't freeze. That was the end of the sentence.
You're good. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'm pretty much uninterested in weapons at this point, so I am kind of interested in the Jedi, just because I really do want to know if he's part of the Jedi Order. It didn't seem like he was an advanced Jedi based on that, but I would like to speak to him.
All right, so are you gonna walk over toward him?
Yes.
He's on his way out the door. All right. So let's say you're trying to catch up to him. You've probably
Yes.
caught up to him in the motion that you have. So you guys are probably equidistant from the door right now, within a few steps of the door, and then within a few steps of the bounty wall as well. You're
Okay.
kind of triangulating door, vendor droid, bounty wall.
Okay.
So we'll pick up with you there. Plo, you are also sitting at the bar on the opposite side.
So I go back to the big droid behind the bar. I say, what a nutsack. Couldn't be a real Jedi. And I say, how about that carbine for 900 like we agreed on?
and I always keep my promises. So he takes the carbine back from the bartender who was using it and hands it over to you.
All right, and I hand over this 900 credits.
All right.
Shit, no, it doesn't look good. What the fuck, what?
Before fully handing it over, he says, "I do have to warn you that the use of this rifle is restricted. So if you're caught with it, then you may have some issues with the law."
So, you should have disclosed that in our previous negotiations. I want 200 back. I don't apply if there's you're withholding information from me.
Go ahead and roll persuasion on that. You have persuasion? You don't have persuasion.
I do not see persuasion.
Then just roll charisma on it.
17.
All right, I will give you 50 back.
Good line.
Take it.
And then for my swift, I walk towards the door and meet up with Ayin and Kier.
All right. So we met with them there. Very good. Fasa, it is back to you, and you are
7.
with Gonzoro in the fourth spaceport. Go ahead and roll perception.
21.
All right, so you gather a full view of what's going on in the spaceport. There are 6 pit droids there. You see basically they have a mini refinery, but what equates to a gigantic 3D printer, and what they're doing is printing all the parts for whatever it is that the droid on the other side is selling, and they're doing the assembling. And it looks like your crossbows are cast off or in one of the corners, and they're probably 95% finished and are just missing the little string ties on them.
Cool. I'm gonna tug on the elbow hairs of the Gonzo or our Wookiee friend, point over there. I'm like a kid in a candy store here.
Yep. So he notices them.
My turn.
What would you like to do for your action?
I mean, has Gonzoro paid for the blasters yet, or the crossbows?
Yeah.
Sorry.
He paid for the down payment of them, but we don't know if the message got across that the order was canceled and they were keeping the credits.
I'm just gonna go over the guns and wait for them to finish.
Okay. So you're hanging out by the crossbows.
Yes, sir.
The pit droids are no longer working on them, so there's nothing over there except the mostly finished crossbows. You see this. You do see the strings nearby on the same table.
Grab the string.
So are they just the only thing they need to get finished is to just put them together? What could I roll to
They
just
just need to be
finish
strung. Yep, they just need to be strung.
Can I string my crossbow?
Go ahead and roll a knowledge.
Knowledge. Okay. Not trained in that. So it's just a straight up int roll. 19.
All right. You are able to successfully string both of them, and in doing so, you have gathered some of the attention of the pit droids, and they kind of look like they're working up a little bit of a fury.
Oh, he paid for these, right?
Yeah, but they canceled the order.
Oh.
Can I intimidate?
Then I'm gonna put them awkwardly down on the table.
Okay.
Step back.
All right, Gonzoro, it's your turn.
I would like to take the crossbows and intimidate the droids.
I'm not the only one making stupid decisions here.
All right. You do have intimidating
Oh.
presence. Is there something
I
say something?
can use mind trick. Oh my god.
I'm on a droid, you
Okay.
can't.
Next time. Oh, you're right. Okay, cool. Dang it.
So, Mike, you're going to go ahead and use initiative. So go ahead and roll that.
What do you mean? I already rolled for you.
I mean, you
got a 2.
rolled before you said anything. I didn't even
It
roll.
doesn't matter.
What do you
You got
mean?
a 2.
Let him do it.
Oh, she rolls when you start talking and
Go
before
ahead,
you
Mike.
even-
Go ahead and roll. Do a roll.
What are you doing? Roll
18.
18.
Okay, so
Give me a
you
2.
strike up a conversation with them, but you recognize that you're not going to be able to understand whatever it is that they're saying. So you need to figure out a way to communicate with them that they will understand.
Intimidate them. Yeah, conversate with them. Intimidate them.
I take the crossbows, and at this point, I am in front of Fasa, and I pass the crossbows to Fasa, and then turn around and stick up my arm. This is my way of saying, fuck off.
So let me roll one thing. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll charisma as well. And
Ooh. Okay. 8.
all right. So they're a little bit smarter than what you anticipated, and they're sitting there like trying to just doing this like they're looking for money, like they're getting agitated, and they're just doing this grabbing motion and like trying to show you that they are waiting on payment.
Can I run? Can I just take them and leave?
Yeah, you can try.
I would like to try. Or could I ask Alex to talk to them? Because he's got more intelligence than I do. Could I ask
I
them
don't
if
think
my-
either of you speak binary, so it's not going to, or you're not going to be able to understand what they're saying.
Okay, then I want to leave with them. I
All right,
want
go
to take
ahead
them
and
and run.
roll. Go ahead and roll endurance.
Okay, so 9.
9. Okay. So you take a few massive steps, or like a few massive leaps away, and are able to get just outside the hangar.
Hey,
They're
as
like
part
just
of
barely tugging along after you, or like just one of them is like tugging along after you, and the other 5 turn to face Fasa. They're not real intimidating presences. All right, Kier, that is to you.
I've got both crossbows though, right?
Yeah, you both have crossbows, and I believe
I put them down. Let the record show that I put them down.
But do I have both of them, or did I just take one and run?
you took one and gave the other one to him.
Sorry, Fasa.
He like threw it in
Look.
my hands, and I'm like, oh god.
No.
Okay, so you both have crossbows, and it comes with it came with a case of 10 crossbow bolts.
Ooh. Kill him, Alex. I mean, when it's your turn.
All right.
So Alex, you're dropping yours?
Sounds like at the end of my turn, I have a crossbow in my arms right now, and I'll do with it what I will at the beginning of my
You
next
have a
turn.
crossbow in your arms and you're staring
Yes.
at it with wide eyes.
Yes.
Kier, it is your turn. You're picking up and you are still in the cantina, as I said, triangulating vendor droid door bounty wall, and you are next to Ain and Flo.
So do I know that Ain wants to talk to me?
Why don't you go ahead and roll perception, or yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
18. And then,
Okay.
yeah, the 20.
Okay. So you recognize the two people right behind you, and you know that they're not people that are threatening to you, but you do know that you need to get the hell out of this cantina before you get into any further trouble with the droid and the bartender.
All right, I'm just going to hightail it out of the way.
All right. So
Hey
you're going
Jace, how'd
to-
that stick up go?
Yeah.
Go.
You just exit the cantina. Go ahead and roll perception one more time.
13.
13. Okay, so you see, you get the general lay of the land. You see all of the aforementioned spaceports labeled 1 through 9. You see the sign that says that. You see the giant Jawa sand crawler off in the distance a little bit towards the desert side, and then you see the people carrier that is floating on the Savareen Sea as well as the dock there. Go ahead and roll initiative real quick.
$24.
How much?
24.
All right. Adam, or Case, sorry, Ain, that is your turn.
Okay. So I'm still interested in talking with the Jedi as well as Flo. So I kind of beckon to Flo to me, let him know that I want to talk to him, but also go outside to follow the Jedi.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Go ahead. Perception.
Perception, okay. 18.
How much?
18.
18. Okay, so you see outside, and it looks like there's a shadowy figure trying to sneak up on Kier, and you see all the aforementioned stuff. You see the radar dish with everything there. There's a group of Jawas in front of you, and also a group of stormtroopers standing by the dock, as well as putting up a barrier towards the sand sea. Do you want to do anything?
Do I have any more movement, or is that it?
You don't
Can
have
I,
any more movement. No.
can I approach the Jedi? Am I close enough to him?
You are, yeah. You're basically within a step of him. You're right behind him, but you see that there's someone there trying to sneak up on him.
Oh. There's someone trying to sneak up on him. Interesting. Okay, can I, man, I don't know not very good at fighting. Can I get his attention? Can I get Kier's attention?
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Talking to me?
21.
21.
21, yeah.
All right, so you yell really loud, and it gets the attention of both the shadowy figure as well as Kier, and it makes Kier notice the person behind him as well.
Okay.
All right, so that will end that. Plo, it is your turn now.
So for my
I
swift
hope somebody has transport out of this.
outside,
Go ahead one more time.
my swift movement, I follow Ain outside.
That's gonna be just your movement.
Yeah, if I'm
All right, you're outside. Go ahead and roll perception.
Where's the perception? 18.
18. Okay, so you get a good lay of the scenario, and you also notice all of the same things that Ain noticed when she came out, and you see what's going on in the scenario right in front of you and what's unfolding. It looks like Kier is looking back, is a little bit further forward than each person. He's looking back at this shadowy figure that you haven't seen before, who appears to have some sort of knife in his hand. And you can tell that Ain has just shouted to try and bring attention to the scenario.
So my character never turns back on someone in need. So I aim my blaster on the shadowy figure and ask him to state his business quickly before I start to get agitated.
All right, go ahead and roll initiative first.
Nice. I forgot you had a blaster.
I got a 9.
Don't get anybody a deal.
Okay, so as you raise your blaster, the shadowy figure dives towards Kier and puts his knife to his throat, holding him by the neck, putting his knife to his throat to put him between you two.
Shoot him.
All right, Fasa.
Dangerous.
On the other side of the spaceport, we join Fasa and Gonzoro.
Let's get our guns.
All right, Fasa. Yeah. Can't hear you, Alax.
Can
anyone else hear me?
All right, so
Okay.
I hear you now.
hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
I guess I just had to mute and unmute. How many droids are currently hostile right now?
There's 5 that are around you, and there's 1 that's running towards Gonzoro, but he's nowhere near him. And he definitely won't catch up.
So there are droids with Gonzoro right now?
There are droids with what?
Are there
A
droids
droid.
between me and Gonzoro?
Any droids between you?
Yes.
There's 1 that is off a little bit of distance, and there's 1 that is fairly close. So there's probably about 2 between you two. And they haven't become violent necessarily. They're just sitting there, like, clearly looking for payment.
You have.
Hey, I bought you your gun.
I have my gun, but you've put me in quite a pickle here. I can't use Jedi mind trick against a droid. I think it's clear what at least I think it's clear what Gonzoro is meaning to do here. So, is he running out of the shop?
He's already out. He's gone. He's trying to get the heck out.
So I'm gonna make the Gungan blah, and I'm gonna make a break for him. Can I make it unimpeded to the door?
So you're running after him?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll endurance.
Roll endurance. Is that a skill?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is. Constitution. That's either a 7 or a 2. I think it's a 2. Let's hope I roll something good. It's a 5.
You got a total 5?
Yep.
All right. So one of the 2 pit droids, the closer of the 2 pit droids on your way out, sees you running and bends down and trips you as you're running out, and you fall and are splayed out, and the crossbow has become just slightly out of reach.
Cool.
Sorry,
Cool.
Alex.
Thanks, Mike.
I'm sorry. Hey, I paid for it. I lost my credits. I'm getting my guns, you know?
We didn't fully pay for it.
You only paid
They
half.
kept all my credits, right? I thought they kept my credits because.
They took the initial
Half
they
up
took their
front.
initial 50%.
Oh. So it's like a 2-for-1 if Alex gets out of there. All right.
Just pissed
Fossa.
something really mean off.
Let's go, Fossa. You got to get out of there. You got to pick your ass up and keep running.
All right, Alex, you haven't technically taken your turn yet. You're on the ground. Would you like to do anything?
So I haven't taken any movement action. I haven't taken any standard action.
You took a movement action. You haven't taken a standard action. Your movement action failed technically because you tripped halfway through.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's use the force.
right,
I'm
what are you
going to do move object on the droid that tripped me. I'm gonna use the whole push it back against the wall so they can get up and move next turn.
All right.
So I'm looking at the move object thing here with the thing that you linked.
Yeah.
It says make use the force check. The result of the check determines the maximum size of the target you can lift. If the target is a creature that resists your attempt, your use the force check must also exceed the target's will defense. You can hurl the target or drop it on another target in range if your use the force check exceeds the second target's reflex defense. Both targets take damage determined by your use the force check result. So I'm going to roll that right now to see what happens.
Go ahead and make that.
Oh, thank God that is the 7.
Okay.
Yes. All right. 18 on the dice. 25.
You are
25.
successfully move the pit droid. The pit droid is small.
So it says because I rolled I rolled a 25 exactly. The DC 25 effect says can move object up to huge size and deals 66 points of damage.
Nice.
Takes how many? So much damage against will?
6d6. What was its will?
All right. 66. Yeah. So the pit droid flies against the wall and smashes into a billion pieces, and it's been destroyed.
You're not even gonna have me roll that damage.
Oh no, not even going to. Literally, these
Okay.
things are a CL0. So
Not worth it.
Self-defense. All right. I guess that's my turn.
the damage, Alex, the damage threshold is 12. So that thing just was demolished.
Cool.
So will defense of 9 and damage threshold of 12. That thing was blown up. Okay, John Zorro.
Okay,
Quick question though. When are we almost done with the session?
And what?
Oh, yeah.
Do we have a stopping point in mind?
We've kind of gotten to a weird place where it's kind of at this point just wherever anyone wants to stop. So
Okay.
if you have a hard stop,
keep on.
yeah, just let me know if someone wants to wrap up here, and I'll just make a few notes of where it is that we're at, and we can be done.
Let's go until we meet up.
Okay.
I'll try and meet up.
We'll see what happens. I feel like there's weird spots now.
I mean, we got our
Keep going.
weapons.
Let's
I'm
keep
ready to
going.
head back and meet.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
we're certainly in the middle of, we're technically still in the middle of 2 encounters, so everyone's in the middle of an encounter right now, so we definitely need to wrap that. But I think Alex is right. I think finding a place where we can all
Yeah.
That's
meet
fine.
up,
Well,
and we're in a lull is probably a decent place to stop.
Yeah.
how close is Alex to me right now?
You guys are probably within 1 move's worth of space. He's
Okay,
still on
well,
the ground.
I would like to run to the near transit back to the cantina.
Cantina.
Okay, the transports are now, by this point, almost to the other side. Go ahead and make a perception.
Roll.
Roll a perception check, yep.
It's pretty low. Oh, it's 11.
Okay, so you see that there's not one of the transports that you use to get here anywhere near you. They're kind of both on opposite ends and will likely be back within 1 turn's worth. To your right, you see what, to your direct right, you see an empty spaceport that has just a lone ship in it. To the right of that, you see a totally empty spaceport. To your left, you see the following 3 left. It looks like there's paid transports there.
Was there an option with multiple spaceports?
Both of them. You're at number 4, so there's 3 to your left, and there's the other number to your right, 5 to your right.
I'd like to go 3 to my left.
Okay, so you're going to start working towards your left.
I know. What's my final plan?
And there's still a pit droid long behind, trying to follow you. So you make it about halfway through the entrance, not through the entrance, but in front of the entrance of Spaceport 3.
Okay, is that it for my turn?
That was just your movement.
Can I wait for the droid and just smash him with my hands? I'm a pretty big Wookiee.
You can wait 1 turn for the droid to show up. There's nothing else chasing you, it's just the one. Or
okay, can I get in a space port thing? Is it like a pod or?
Yeah, if you want, you can get into the edge of. Go ahead and roll perception one more time.
Yeah, I'd like to do that for my option rather than waiting for the droid. -1. 18.
Okay, so in Spaceport 3, which is where you're looking at going into, you notice 2 people out front, and it looks like the pilot and the technician of the Galaxy transport. And obviously the Galaxy transport is in the spaceport. So what would you like to do?
I would like to ask them about taking a ship somewhere.
All right. You speak basic, correct? Yes, everyone does. Go ahead and roll a knowledge check.
Ten.
All right. So you see them look at each other, and they tell you that their ship travels across the galaxy and that it costs 3,000 credits a person to take you wherever you want to go.
I back off from their offer. I reject their offer completely, and I choose to go back to the cantina.
Well, we can pool our credits.
Yeah.
It's per person. I can tell you I'm not even close. Like that's not something I can decide. I don't have the credits. I can't make that decision.
Okay, Kier, it's on you. So you're just in front of them right now. The pit droid's still off in the distance coming towards you, but you're not really that worried about it. Kier, it's on you. The Case and Jace and Adam, everyone roll initiative.
Go first. Yeah. 1 plus 6 is 7.
Okay.
Initiative. Oh, 12.
5.
5. All right. So, Case, you're going to be first. The hooded figure is going to be second. Jason, you're third, and Adam, you're fourth in this encounter. So, Case, you're going to go ahead and go. Huh? Case, you're going to go first. So you're deciding. You see the hooded figure. It's the 4 of us standing here, and we're all kind of looking at each other. All right.
Okay.
The hooded figure has Jason by the throat with the knife by the throat.
That's me.
This was not well planned.
Well, I don't have a weapon. So, let's see. I would like to figure out who the figure is and what he wants.
All right. go ahead and use gather information.
Okay, gather information. 13.
13. All right. So he doesn't give you much information. He tells you that, you just hear a few inaudible grunts from him, and as he is slowly backing off.
Okay, he's backing off. Um,
He's clearly just trying to back away from the gun that Plo is aimed at him to make it
Okay.
more difficult for him to.
That's fair. That's fair. I would like to make it known to both Plo and
Here,
here that I want to make a pact with them, whether or not this hooded figure is interested.
you want to do what?
I want to join them. I want, yeah. I want
Go
to
ahead
make
and
a
roll
pact.
persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion. No,
Right.
sorry, 16.
16.
No, 14. It's 14. It's 14.
So that's your call. Let me roll one more thing here. Okay, so there you hear some more inaudible grunts from the guy. As you can tell, he's trying to yell over you, so that the other guys in the situation don't hear you, but it's unsuccessful. It ends up just being some quiet inaudible grunts as Kier is fighting with him. It's up to you guys to decide whether or not you want to join her. And Kier, actually, it is now the right. You remember what you rolled, Jason, on that?
I rolled 7 total.
Okay. So that was he rolled an 8. So it is now his turn. He's going to take full, because he's carrying someone. He's not able to take a full motion back. He's able to take about half set of motion back, dragging you. But he's not really interested in hurting you. So let's see. He's going to use both of his turns to just do a double move backwards, which is really only equates to one set of movement. So Kier, it's your turn now.
All right. I'm gonna try and kill this guy.
Okay.
So
What are you going to do?
Get him.
I'm gonna turn my lightsaber on in his gut. And
Okay.
just
So swift motion, draw your lightsaber again, and kind of point it behind you.
Yeah.
Try and get it in his gut.
Can you
All right.
stand up and do that for us?
Act like you're getting dragged.
Dang.
All right. So go ahead, Jason. Roll your 1d20 base attack plus strength.
16. 16 total.
What was it?
16.
16 total. All right.
Yeah.
That will hit him then. So go ahead and roll your Alex? What's lightsaber damage? 3d6 or 3d8?
1 sec. Lightsaber damage is 2d8.
2d8. So go ahead and roll 2d8, and you'll take the highest of the two numbers.
All right. Let's see. I got 2.
All right.
See, Adam has a blaster.
So that's going to hit, but it's going to only do 2 HP damage. So it ignites in his gut, and he looks down. It's really like you only got the side. You skinned the side of his abdomen. So he's burned, and he kind of staggers a little bit, but he hasn't fully let go of his grip on you. He has like one arm, but his vibroblade is away from your knife, or away from your neck.
Shit.
Plo, it is on your. Do you want to do any? Oh, I guess you can't really do any motion because he's grabbing you. Yeah. Plo, it's on you.
Do I have a range modifier?
What was that?
Do I have a range modifier? Is it a range detractor, or what did you call it before?
Yes, you do have your range is dependent on. So you're still at a short distance.
Okay.
Or you're still within point blank range of your rifle.
All right, and I have a shot bonus.
So the only thing you want to be aware of is that because you're shooting at both of them, the reflex defense of Jason would have to be higher than the reflex defense of the other guy because you're shooting towards both of them. Huh?
Staggered away a bit. I'm at point blank, but he staggered away a little bit, so I should be able to aim at just him if it's still point blank.
It's still point. What was that?
He staggered away from Jason a little bit. He's still grabbing him, but if it's point blank range, I should be able to only aim at the cloaked figure.
It's still the amount. It's just the amount. The range is just the amount of damage that your rifle will do at that range. So you're still having to aim it.
Yeah.
And that will be based on on their reflex. So that's up to you if you want to run the risk. You can also, if you want, you can roll a perception check real quick and try and determine what the reflex defense of the cloaked figure is.
Yeah, I'll do a perception check. So is that a D20?
Yeah.
I a 17.
Okay. So you don't gather the exact number of or you don't understand fully his reflexes, but you can tell that it's definitely higher than the Jedi he's holding.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Would you still like to shoot?
What's that? I choose to lower my blaster and ask him for a negotiation and ask him what he wants.
Okay.
Good call. Good call.
Go ahead and roll knowledge on this. Roll sure.
15.
Okay, so you can hear him. You hear him this time, and he just says, "I was just trying to get some extra cash. I'm just a broke kid looking for some money. I feel like this situation has really gotten out of hand. I was just trying to pickpocket your buddy here, and this is not how I anticipated this going."
So, a swift turn left.
Yeah. Well, your swift turn was putting your gun down, so your turn is over.
Okay.
Fasa, we are back to. We did everyone in that encounter, right? Fasa, we're back to you.
So I absolutely obliterated this droid.
Yep.
Can I get up and bolt out the door and try to follow Gonzoro here? And I assume he's going back to Cantina.
He is currently standing in front of Spaceport 3, and you can get up and get to him in one motion, yes.
Hey, what's going on? What's the deal? What's going
I'm
on?
not going into space.
Cool. Aren't we technically in space
Way too
already?
expensive, so I bailed on it.
Alex, why don't you roll perception real quick as well, now that you're with him.
25.
25, damn. All right, so you've gathered The information that Gonzoro had to find out by asking, you see that it's also just written on the, you see that the actual cost is written on the wall, and it's actually only $2,500 or 2,500 credits per person for the anywhere in the galaxy transportation. And then you also see that there's in Spaceport 2 and 1, there are different types of transports. You can't make out the sign on Hangar 1, but in Hangar 2, it's the near planet transport and only costs about 500 credits a person.
Okay, I'll point that out to Gonzoro and I'll be like, are we taking everybody else or are we just bouncing?
All right, Mike.
Is this a reaction?
Yeah, you can react to it.
I would just like to suggest to meet back with everybody else. I feel like we owe it to our comrades.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's
I'd
go.
like to go
Let's.
back
I'm
to
sure there's.
The
I'm sure there's
transport
nothing
has
bad
rounded,
going on there.
the tracked
Yeah, I'm
transport
sure
has
nothing's
rounded
coming.
back now to where you guys are at.
Cool. I want to just say for the record that the crossbow was knocked out of my hand, and I didn't stop to pick it up. I just bolted.
Correct.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You walked away from it.
I don't want no bad juju.
Okay.
Also, it's not my money.
So, Mike, you basically bought one.
Cool.
So the transport has come back around. Alex, would you like to use your turn to hop back in that?
Oh yes.
Okay. Mike, are you going to get in that with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are getting back in the transport, and this is the one going the opposite direction. So you're going to pass the opposite side that you saw last time. Gonzoro, it is your turn now. Go ahead. You guys are now. So you just jumped in with him.
Okay.
And so it's up to you. You're still in the same spot that you were at in front of Hangar 3. Go ahead, and what would you like to do?
I would just like to take the transport back to the cantina.
All right, so we'll do, for your turn, we'll just do double motion, and it will get you about 50% of the way back to the cantina. Go ahead and roll perception. You're now in front of Hangar 1.
Yep. 8.
All right, you see that in Hangar 1, there's also another transport that looks like it used to be a slave ship, and it looks like they're probably moving people too, but you can't make out the sign on how much it costs. And there's someone standing out front. All right, we are back to the encounter with the pickpocket. And you still have initiative on this, so you're first.
Okay, so we know that he's a pickpocket. We know that he's just doing it for money. I would like to inquire as to where he's from and what his, I guess just where he's from.
Go ahead and gather information.
Okay. I will do that.
Sorry,
Oh,
boy,
boy, 9.
Information mod with your mod.
You feel that every time.
My mod? Yeah, I rolled a 1 and I have an 8.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, so again, he doesn't really respond to your questioning. All you hear is some more inaudible mumbling.
Son of a bitch. All right, fine, whatever. I don't really care. Honestly, I'm just trying to inquire as to the Jedi, if he is looking to go to Coruscant, or if he's looking to go to Ilion and the Jedi Order. Like, I really just want to get anywhere but here.
Okay, go ahead and roll gather information one more time, and this will be your turn.
Okay. Let's see if we do any better on this one. Ooh, 16.
Plus 6, or is it you rolled a 16?
It's
You got
8.
the
I rolled an 8 and I had an 8. 16
Okay, so
total.
16 total. So you are able to, Kier does answer your question successfully. Kier, what information are you trying to give her about your background and where you're trying to go, what you're trying to do?
I say I'm also just trying to get out of here. Oh, really? I'm just a drifter.
Do you have any history to share about your information as a Jedi, or who you are as a Jedi, or how you became any of that to share with her?
I guess say I'm a Jedi, but I'm not trained by a knight. I'm a freelance Jedi.
Okay. It is now the turn of the pickpocket. He is continuing to move away. He's trying to get enough distance away to make it a difficult shot, because he still doesn't. Everyone's trying to talk to him. He doesn't really trust the situation. So he's trying to get out of range. So he's just going to use another 2 turns to creep away, and he has retightened his grip on Kier.
Right.
All right, Kier, that's to you now.
I'm just gonna say 10 credits and get out of here.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just trying to give him some money and let you go?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll. You don't have persuasion per se, so go ahead and roll charisma direct. So D20 and then add your charisma mod.
18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna say, give me 12 so I can get a hot lunch and a drink, and we have a deal.
Yeah.
And then promise you don't kill me. All right. So he'll let you exchange. He'll let you go, and the second he gets the credits in his hand, he bolts off into the sand, past the Imperial blockade, and they kind of all look at him like he's an idiot.
I hate sand.
All right, Plo, that is on you.
I guess the interaction's over. I take a turn to regroup with Jason Case, and I take a turn to say I hate sand, just like Anakin in episode 2.
It's everywhere.
Of course.
Maybe this would be a good place to stop.
Go ahead and roll charisma to see if your joke lands.
Okay. Well, 15.
Okay, so you get a few chuckles, but no hearty guffaws.
Yeah, good joke, asshole.
A few eye rolls and sarcastic comments follow as well.
Yeah.
All right, we are rejoining FASA now, and they are rounding the corner at Hangar 1. FASA, do you want to go ahead and roll a perception check?
I would love
Do you
to.
want to stop here? Everyone's kind of out of interactions, and we can just like put a bookmark in. Let's just get this run done, and we can all meet up together, like on the steps of the cantina.
Yeah.
14?
We're around.
Trying to
What was
get
it,
back
Alex?
to the
I'm
cantina.
trying to get
14?
a goal point here.
Okay.
Just trying to put
So you see the start. You also see the pilot outside of Hangar 1, and you see the slave transport in there. You don't quite make out the price or the per person price on this, but you definitely get that it was a lot less than the cost. But you do see that this is only an on-planet transport. It won't get you off-planet.
Cool. But was there a cheaper off planet, just like the nearest planet?
The last one that you pulled was in Hangar 2, you pulled the near planet transport, which is $500 or 500 credits per.
Got
person.
it.
What would you like to do?
I mean, I can't get out. I mean, I'm gonna wait till the carriage puts me in the.
All right, so you're doing double motion. Go ahead and roll perception one more time.
Yes, sir. It's a 13.
So as you
Moving so fast.
rejoin the group there, or as the cart rejoins the group, and Mike, this kind of pulls in your motion as well. You pass two sand troopers who look at you and questioningly, and so as you're going down, towards your left, you see the Savareen Sea, you see the transport, and then on your right you pass two sand troopers who look at you questioningly and look like they're going to further question you, and then so you're pulling up to the cantina, and there's also a few Jawas there around the whole group as well. So we can end it here if you'd like.
Let's do that.
The whole group has now rejoined, and we're all back together.
Is my turn next then? Am I gonna start off the next
So
time?
next
I
round,
have moves.
next round we'll roll for, or next play session we'll roll for initiative to determine play order.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I
understand.
move.
I like that.
I have plans. I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Getting goofy. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had no idea where anyone was going to take anything, so I didn't design a whole heck of a lot of story around that, but I figured this would be a good session for learning the general mechanics, seeing how difficult it was to start a fight, especially when there's a bodyguard in the scenario, and you don't, with bad perception checks, with good perception checks, he may have noticed this strong droid and like the gun on his back and all of this stuff, but without that, anything can happen. He's getting double.
Almost died.
Right.
Yeah. I need to heal.
I think we established what Jason's play style is.
Yeah, exactly.
When we start
so-
back up, does Jason have all of his HP back?
That's what I was gonna say. So we will regain HP. I'll determine how much we'll regain depending on how much time has passed in game, really, which probably won't be very much in game time passed between them, but maybe just a few hours. So he'll gain, like, just while they just sit there, talk and catch up on whatever it is that's going on, and then he'll regain a few HP, but he won't be back all the way up.
Okay.
This is fun. I like this.
I'm gonna have to go back and track certain interactions because there will be some XP gains in certain scenarios.
Right.
So I'll export updated character sheets with all of the new stuff on
Do-
there.
So
Do we
Ryan,
wanna all
would it be
update-
easier- Yes, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Do we want to level up at the same rate so it's all sort of just
That's
Just say-
what,
we're
so
all
Alex, what I was
advancing
going to
rate.
do was any XP gained in any scenario will be across the team. It won't be individual. It will actually,
awesome?
what I wanted to
Awesome.
do was across the encounter. So the people in that last encounter would be gaining certain XP. So you and Mike would gain XP together, and then Case, Jace, and Adam would all be gaining XP together.
I like that. Yeah, that's cool.
And then in any
as far as,
scenario
like,
where everyone's working
credit.
together, everyone will gain the XP.
Would it be easier for you, Ryan, if we keep track of our own credits, or what?
Well, I was just tracking it all as we went here. So
Okay.
it'll be really easy to just go in and update the sheets. And I have
Okay.
to recall the encounters and stuff to make sure I track the credits and all that specifically.
I'll track my own credits if you want me to, Rye.
That's fine. I mean, you
One less
didn't
thing to
spend
think
any
about.
credits. So
I know.
you spent one. Alex, just a quick glance back. Alex and Ain are still a little bit buzzed from their shot, but that will have
Awesome.
worn off by the next time.
Yes.
Alex spent 1 force point. Ain only ended up spending 55 credits, and she added 1 Bundar root.
Bing, bing.
Kier lost a titload of HP and a force point and spent 12 credits paying off a pickpocketer that was threatening his life. Flo spent
Some
950 credits. He Flo lost 100 credits at the gambling table and bought a carbine blaster for 850 credits, and then Gonzoro
Come on. I'm measuring my rope to you guys.
attempted to buy 2 crossbows for 300, or lost 300 credits buying 2 crossbows and added 1 crossbow with 10 bolts in it. So
Oh, there you go. Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
the
Okay.
game
It's
develops.
a lot less stressful than I was anticipating.
It was for me too, and I had a ton of information here to pull from, which was good, but also it was just, as it played out, it's kind of fun. I think it will be a little bit quicker the more that we play it.
Yeah, once we get used to it, for sure.
So, but cool.
Ah,
Does anyone have any
I like
questions?
it. I like it. I have a plan.
Good deal. I'm glad you guys are finally learning the joys of RPG gaming.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously, it's so popular. Like, everybody knows it's awesome.
Welcome
but
to the
it's just like,
coven.
you gotta get into it, and I'm into it.